The following is a presentation of the Arizona Cardinals Football Club. This is Cardinals Flight Plan with head coach Bruce Arians, presented by Dignity Health.
Somebody just said it, family. This band of brothers can't be broke. We're gonna play for 60 minutes, all right? Great job of finishing the game. It wasn't pretty all the time, but it was damn pretty at the end.
Now, head coach Bruce Arians and host Ron Wolfley look back at last weekend's victory over the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, Coach, there's an old adage that says you are what your record says you are. You're 6-1 right now. How do you feel?
Feel like a first-place team, and we're getting better. We still haven't scratched the surface, really, about how good we could be.
Number one in the NFC West, of course. Number one in the conference. Did you see this coming in, Bruce?
No, I knew we were going to be better than last year. You never know how injuries are going to affect the dynamics of other teams. They obviously affected ours. Our guys have been able to overcome it so far, knock on wood, and we've been able to find a way to win a game.
You ready to talk about some pivotal moments in last week's game?
You bet.
All right, here we go. The Eagles, of course, struck first on a Jeremy Maclin touchdown, but you answer immediately with a very balanced 13-play drive to tie it up, which included converting 2 key third downs and going for it on 4th and inches. Was there any hesitation for going for it in that situation?
No, and I thought Carson handled it beautifully. We had 2 plays called, and he put us in the perfect one, and Andre stuck it in there.
Why so many penalties in the first half, do you think, Bruce?
Well, I think they were all probably called properly. It was a physical game, especially on the outside. Guys jamming each other, and there was some talking going on, which is typical NFL football. Inside, there were guys protecting the quarterback and running backs, and there's an old adage: don't let your quarterback get hit. Hold if you have to.
Mm-hmm. Some big defensive plays in the first half there to keep it tied at 7 at the half. Frosty Rucker forced a fumble from Josh Huff. Right, the ball comes out. Deone Buchanan recovers it inside the 5-yard line. Frosty Rucker, talk about the job he's done for us.
Man, you talk about a hustle play, and that's what he is. Frosty, he's a captain without having a C on his chest. He's a great vocal guy in the locker room. He's a really, really bright player. And again, he's one of those guys that we went out and got free agents last year to build this whole thing on. The quality of person he is what we built it on.
And then, Coach, following a 50-yard reception by Riley Cooper and a Tyrann Mathieu late hit, Antonio Cromartie intercepts the ball. Antonio's starting to come around now and flex his muscle in the secondary a little bit.
Yeah. He stepped up when Pat went down, read the route perfectly, and kind of baited him into it a little bit. He kind of hung back, and then as soon as he cocked his arm, he was breaking and running, and that's great film preparation.
Couldn't have started the third quarter any better whatsoever, right? You come out, and on the first possession, you hit Larry Fitzgerald for an 80-yard touchdown on a slant. Can you take us through that play, the particulars?
Yeah, great job. They had an all-out blitz on, and we had a slant called, and Larry's great run after the catch guy because he never has to worry about catching it. Guys that have great hands, they just run right through the ball.
Right.
And Teddy Ginn was running his slant in front of him, and Larry popped it and showed that burst he's got. No hamstring problems this year, so he took it to the house.
After the offense became bogged down, I think he had 3 straight 3-and-outs after that touchdown by Larry. You found yourself behind. You were able to tie it up at 17. Then the Eagles chewed up over 7 minutes to take a 20-17 lead. Can you talk about the play of your defense on that goal line stand to keep them to a field goal attempt?
Oh, it was a great play by Larry Foote and Deone and everybody else in the middle of our defense. They knew that Philly loves to run that quick, hard dive in those situations out of the shotgun. And we had an all-out blitz, and Larry picked the right gap and met him and stopped him for a 1-yard loss. It was a huge, huge play.
You're down 20-17 at that point. And then there was smoke, right? Talk about John Brown in the play, the 75-yard touchdown. What kind of defense were the Philadelphia Eagles in?
They were in their 4-across bracket, what we call 22-man combo. And,
okay.
They're doubling 2 of the 3 guys on each side. And we had signals that we use all the time on that backside of our play. And we had used the play about 3 or 4 times in the game. Never quite got this matchup. This was like the holy grail matchup. And the others were single high or something else, or cover 2. But we finally got the quarters look where we thought they would bracket and jump the dig. And John ran a great route. And obviously Carson put it out there. I thought he overthrew him too, but great catch.
Just an unbelievable catch right over the top. Is that the most difficult catch a receiver can make?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt. The ball that goes over from one eye to the other, so your focal point has to change. When it crosses your brain, there's a lot of stuff going on I'm not smart enough to know about, but that's why it's the toughest catch.
Any small part of you at all, BA, saying, man, I wish he got tackled on the 1-inch line?
No, man, we'll play defense.
You just play defense.
The 1-inch line don't guarantee you anything.
Yeah.
Except you got to keep playing.
And speaking of that, BA, the defense finished the game again on the field.
No doubt. I mean, there's never a problem with us being out there defensively to finish off ball games.
Can you talk at all about Rashad Johnson and just the situational awareness of this guy is amazing to me. Talk about that last play in the fourth down.
He saw it. He knew that with the rules you can pick him up, carry him out of bounds, and he was going to make sure whatever it took, he wasn't coming down in bounds. It was a great play by Shotty.
Indeed.
Wolf and Coach dive deep into the performances that led the Cardinals to victory over the other Bird Gang when Flight Plan returns.